graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
Good morning. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful for the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium Universitates Torontonenses vocatis sumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissime cancelaria, presento tibi hosce scholaris, ut admittantur ad gradus varios, testorque eos quoad omnia quae statuta requirunt aptos et idoneos esse.
Ad perfectum huius provinciae, huius qua magnae patriae, et ad perfectum omnium nationum, omnibus in terris conjunctarum, algo exacutoritate mihi etoti, universitate commissar. Admitto vos segvados varios, quarum ura vubisto, et petoco qua ut omnia confictiatas munera, kiwi etilos gradus pertinet.
Please be seated. My name is Merrick Gertler, and it is my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as its 16th president. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting our Chancellor, Dr. Rose Patton, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees. And I bear witness that as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable. Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees." And so as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of 2022 from St. Michael's College. That's it, you're done. Warmest congratulations. I'd also like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. It is so wonderful to be able to celebrate the first in-person Convocation season since November of 2019. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, you have successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times, and today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an extraordinary family of University of Toronto alumni. They number over 600,000 in more than 190 countries around the world. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. They serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members. But we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student. And yes. And thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest and I believe most distinguished alumni community. Now, one more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who've helped bring them to this special day. So I would ask you to join me and the platform party in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates will come forward individually to be recognized. You'll be standing about here for your moment in the sun. Once you've had your moment in the spotlight, you will then follow the red carpet over to the ramp, and using the ramp, you'll exit out that door and around the hall. And at that point, you will turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized. In this light, I encourage you to think of the very last person who's going to be on stage this morning, and I believe it will be Nineveh Marasigan Vergara. Nineveh, are you here? Could you please stand up? So everyone remember Nineveh and return to your seat. Finally, in light of ongoing health and safety concerns regarding the pandemic, we remind all individuals present that the University of Toronto mask requirement is still in effect until the end of June, and that you must wear a properly fitting mask throughout today's ceremony. Similarly, we will forego the traditional handshake on stage, but promise to offer applause or a friendly wave as you pass by the front row here. Thank you for your understanding and assistance, and once more, my warmest congratulations. It's now my privilege to introduce today's Convocation speaker, Dr. Michael Salvatori. Career educator and author, Dr. Salvatori currently serves as Associate Professor in the College of Education at Niagara University in Ontario. He is a steadfast champion of second language education and has taught in such international settings as France and Italy. He's fluent in French, Italian, English, and German, and is author and co-author of numerous textbooks and teacher resources. Alumnus of the University of Toronto, Dr. Salvatori holds a PhD from OISE and a BA from St. Mike's. Please welcome Dr. Salvatori to the podium.
Good morning, Chancellor Patton, President Gertler, President Sylvester, Principal McGowan, faculty, staff, graduates, and your families and friends. It's my happy privilege to address you this morning and to share in this moment of celebration for the members of the graduating class. Today you mark a very important achievement, the completion of your academic studies at St. Michael's College, and it is a time for reflection on your experience during your time at the University of Toronto. It's a time for gratitude for the support you have received from your families, your classmates, and the faculty and staff at St. Michael's. It's also an important opportunity to anticipate the great promise that the future holds for all of you. And it's this promise of the future that I'd like to focus on this morning. And in particular, what I feel is one of the keys to unlocking the promise of the future. And in my opinion, it resides in one simple, short, but powerful word: yes. Yes. I studied French at St. Michael's when I began my first degree in 1985, and I know that seems like a long time ago, and I guess it is, but my memories of my time here remain vivid. And in French, we say about the future, on ne sait pas ce que l'avenir nous réserve. We don't know what the future has in store for us. I believe that's true, but what is certain, what we do know, is that saying yes broadens our future, creates possibility, illuminates pathways, and captures our curiosity. Yes, responding in the affirmative can take many forms. Absolutely, yeah, for sure, okie dokie, I'm in. Think about, in fact, the number of times that you may have said yes today, perhaps in preparation for Convocation and putting on your regalia. By the way, you all look fabulous. Yes, I'm coming down, don't leave without me. Yes, I was listening to you. Yes, I need help putting on this gown. But think more deeply about the number of times you've said yes over the course of your time at St. Michael's. Yes to more profound questions, to more intriguing invitations. And I'd invite you all to think about one yes experience in your life, a time when perhaps you took a risk, said yes spontaneously, said yes because the prospect excited you. The comedian, actor, and gifted writer Tina Fey has this to say about the affirmative: say yes, and you'll figure it out afterwards. Perhaps think about a time when you said yes without knowing exactly what the commitment would mean or how you would handle it. Does everyone have one? Was that a yes? Where did it lead you? What did you learn about yourself? Whom did you meet along the way? And where would you be if you hadn't said yes? To highlight the power in saying yes, instead of sharing one of my own yes experiences, I'm going to describe a no experience, but bear with me. In my third year at St. Michael's, I took a course in Quebec theater with Professor Collet at St. Michael's in Carr Hall, which was just next door to where I was living at Fisher Hall. And I loved the course and would arrive early for class every day so I could sit in the front row, perhaps as many of you did. I was definitely a keener. And the professor was passionate. She was dramatic and challenged us to think creatively because she was creative herself. In addition to her teaching, Professor Collet was known for putting on a student production of a Molière play each year. She would recruit actors from her courses to play the various roles in the production. And one day, as I took my seat in the front of the class, she glided over to me and said that she hadn't seen my name on the sign-up sheet for auditions for the play, and she said, "I would like to invite you to come out for an audition and take on a role in the play." There was the question, the invitation, the opportunity, and I remember vividly my answer, "Mais je n'ai aucun talent." I have no talent for acting. I can't recall her reaction, but I do remember my own. I knew that it was a cop-out, that I was allowing my fear, my risk-averse nature to prevent me from saying yes, to stepping out of my comfort zone and into the spotlight. I did say no, but because I didn't want to completely disappoint Professor Collet, I did sign up to be an usher and work at the concession stand during the intermission. A much safer and less rewarding yes, but all the popcorn that I could eat. When I saw the play and saw the pride on my classmates' faces as they took their bows, the relationships they formed with each other and with our professor, I realized the power of yes and what I had missed. And I learned a valuable lesson about saying yes, about trusting the value in it, that you'll figure it out, that you do have what it takes, and that even if you don't have everything it takes, you'll learn, and I did. 2 years later, I was studying at Western University at the Faculty of Education, and we put on a production of the musical Grease. When the audition sign-up sheet was posted, you guessed it, I was the first to sign up. I auditioned and I got a part, Vince Fontaine. I said yes. Now, as it turns out, it was the only non-singing part in the show, so this isn't exactly the comeback story of the century, but it was important for me to learn that saying yes is enriching, and it far outweighs the comfort in playing it safe. As graduates of St. Michael's, you will be asked to serve, to help, to lead, to innovate, and all you must do to open the door to those opportunities is say yes. Of course, much more will be asked of you, but you will be propelled by the power of saying yes, inspired by your courage, emboldened by your confidence, and supported by those who are grateful that you said yes and who will help you to succeed. The freedom and power of saying yes has stayed with me all these years, and it guides me, particularly when I'm asked to be of service. As you go forward today from this place of learning, this strong and supportive community that has nurtured your spirit, enabled your discovery, and contributed to your self-confidence, look for the opportunities to say yes, or we, or okie dokie, and embrace the opportunity with gusto and with a sense of purpose and hope. I congratulate you, graduates, on your achievements, on your diligence and your commitment, and offer every good wish to you for a future filled with enriching, enlightening, and fulfilling experiences of yes. Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from St. Michael's College who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Arts. Sundus Abu Zara. Zara Ahmad. Mirala Kaila Alakji. Sophia Marie Louise Alcasabas. Marin Maxwell Jackson Anguish. Haida Ashraf. Emily Marie Carrera Attridge. Yusuf Ali Aur. Amiza Atif Bajwa. Afraz Bakhtiar. Ishan Bansal. Sophia Baran. Émilie Jasmine Baudouin. Catherine Un Young Bell. Tara Bambani. Alicia Amin Mohammed Bimji. Melissa Beeman. Noor Helena Bigdeli Azari. Alyssa Nicole Brightman. Athena Bucci. Isabel Buchanan. Sarah Gabrielle Burns. Chloe Marissa Burrell. Jia Cao. Beatrice Alexa Marie Africa Karandang. Katerina Mati Kasali. Isabella Cesari. Dong Zhao Chen. Graham Patrick Collins. Lara Carey Jane Connell. Bianca Costatino. Grace Dada. Adam Dadiwala. Drayden David Daly. Martina Donatella D'Alonzo. Daniela da Silva. John Lloyd Poquis de los Santos. Michael Alessandro De Luca. Nicola Doge. Maxime Durich. Paul Ede. Ziad El Ramlawi. Giuliana Endrizzi. Kiara Isabel Estabal. Jack Stefan Fafinski. Caitlin Antonia Falcone. Rachel Faray. Michaela Kristen Fines. Nadia Alexis Forte. Zishu Fu. Jamie Yu Feng. Emily Anna Galliano. Marie Rose Lynn Gamboa. Misha Louise Raquel Gilchrist. Kaba Gisal. Bianca Lynn Gonsalves. Megan Grella. Lauren Nicole Guido. Sandra Halford. Kai Elizabeth Halligan. Samantha Lynn Hamilton. Mingjiao Han. Cara Christina Hansen. Ian Patrick Emmanuel Hauber. Niharika Hemrajani. Yendrix Hernandez. Julia Hukong Taylor. Casey Hua. Maya Bernhard Huber. Christina Beatrice Hugh Harris. Yi Chen Ji. Stephen Kakaletris. Yasmin Kamal. Sina Argun Kavunchu. Angela Kim. Eunice Kim. Hee-Soo Kim. Jennifer Kim. Hannah Ko. Annika Kumar. Amanda Sable Munyuk Lad. Pak In Lai. Ka Chuen Lam. Celine Lee. Lois Minyoung Lee. Ningwai Sophia Lee. Benjamin Lehner. Junyi Liu. Ya Chao Liu. Engebret Lunim. Larissa Victoria Lowy. Kirsten Patricia McLeod. Sarah McClure. Elmira Mabubi. Nazia Mahmood. Corina Angela Malfatti. Borer Malik. Julia Filomena Malizia. Zara Mardanyar. Victoria Carmela Marinelli. Giuseppe Alessandro Marini. Maya Shanley Martin Spisak. Adam Christopher McCaffrey. Kevin Michael McCart. Samantha Cindy Lynn McQueen. Madeline Bernadette Merkley. Matthew Paul Merrifield. Zainab Noor Mirza. Lisa Marie Molika. Nicholas Jungil Moon. Jayi Mu. Tanya Muki. Therese Nakarato. Ishita Nagar. Galia Najjar. Sayeda Neha Kisa Nakvi. Anthony Newman. Elias Nazam. Noel Ongpauko. Alina Orlova. Emilio Michele Ortelli. Wenzel H.L. Ortiz, Jr. Gabrielle Lacereno Paquette. Se-Ho Park. Joseph William Pierce. Sophie Rose Pereira. Louisa Laura Zinnia Peters. Bianca Piccone. Runze Chan. Xiaoyuan Qin. Nicholas Quadrini. Quinn Reyna. Faith Ramos. Brianna Beverly Ranieri. Caitlin Ashley Riccio. Adriana Maria Rizzuto. Oksana Davida Robertson. Catherine Rockburn. Hannah Rolfe. Rachel Emily Renard. Dominique Sabatino. Diego Manning Santos. Kelsey Victoria Lutfia Sarkissian. Lelo Satimova. Sebastian Diego Spergio. Megan Scott. Benjamin Jonathan Scullion Mindorf. Isabel Sofia Segui. Kendra Celeste Serafini. Atalia Charisse Vito Shah. Ainur Sheikh. Sonakshi Sharma. Nisha Sharma Jaitli. Hia Sheikh. Joseph Muchen Shen. Vijay Dwarkajar Singh. Luca Dante Sistilli. Julia Alexandra Skalinska. Kendall Kathleen Snade. Vicky Vanirath So. Alessia Suto. Jonathan Isaac Drake Spears. Adriana Grace Sullivan. Charlotte Elizabeth Sinden Sullivan. Yu Hung Sun. Myra Swiader. Jakob Karl Sverzbinski. Joseph Corrado Tafaro. Rohail Talpur. John C. Kit Tam. Tatiana Anaisa Perez Terra. Martina Tomaselli. Bianca Tong. Angela May Trinidad. Nashwa Turshin. Marcella Katharina Marie Van Roon. Ariane Angela Velasco. Sabian Velji. Alyssa Nicole Viola. Caitlin Xiaohui Wong. Lauren Kathleen Webster. Sarah Irene Viner. Taylor Violet Rebus. Adriana Jamila Neve Williams. Eduardo Felipe Wilson. Maria Wilson. Patrick Wincher. Ingrid J. Wong. Cassandra Beatrice Wood. Ariana Yin Wu. Xiaoyun Xu. Xiaohui Yan. Qinxiang Yang. Shangyu Yang. Xiaojun Yao. Jiang Yi. Ridate Johannes Malaku. Natalia Teresa Zambrovich. Yasmina Ramzi Zain. Yifan Zhang. Yan Yu Zhou. Candidates from St. Michael's College who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Marissa Ann Kuzi. Renzo Martinello. Ninivet Marasagan Vergara.
On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank you all for your participation and your patience. To the families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You've made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I'd like to thank our wonderful Chancellor, Rose Patton, for presiding over today's ceremony. Thank you, Chancellor. Let me thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who have participated in this convocation and whose names you will find in the program. This year, the University of Toronto is very proud to introduce a new and important ceremonial element at Convocation. As you will have noticed, the Chancellor's procession was led by an eagle feather bearer. The eagle feather remained on stage during the ceremony next to the mace. This eagle feather was gifted to the office of the President by elders at the 2017 entrustment ceremony for the report of U of T's Truth and Reconciliation Steering Committee. To many Indigenous cultures, the eagle feather is sacred because it flies closest to the Creator, delivering our thoughts and messages. The eagle and its feathers often symbolize respect, honor, strength, courage, and wisdom. As such, I think you will agree that the eagle feather is an appropriate and meaningful addition to our convocation ceremonies. I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, your special day, I hope we will see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know that you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dimissum est.